Bonds now kind of unch on the day. Dollar also within range. Jenny Horne with a look at Tesla. What's up, Jenny? Host of Next Gen. We got some more news out of China. Seems like Tesla is really having trouble over there.
Yes, but we don't exactly know details. So I always have a hard time with these stories where it's like, okay, so we know the general outline, but I need to know definitively what the workforce reduction is looking like in China, because right now we're just hearing reports that it could be ramping up. So that's, I mean, yeah, sure, not great news is on the back of their 10% layoff just, a few weeks ago, but consider that we just don't know the specific details yet. I mean, we did get overall reports from, I believe it was Bloomberg who first said this, that these additional layoffs we could see as they plan to slash their global headcount, but the sources have asked to not be identified. They have not disclosed specifics, but the latest move would potentially affect these range of departments, which has been the theme of the recent layoffs, of course, at their Shanghai plant now specifically, which is home to more than half of the company's global production, according to the reports. But the layoffs last month impacted more directly sales representatives. These could be more widespread. But again, I think that I'm not discounting this report, but I need to know definitively like what the percentage is, because I saw the headline of Tesla continues to lay off after its biggest layoff ever. That is so misleading. They laid off 10% of their workforce. That was 14,000 employees. But from 2022 to 2023, they hired 10%. So the company was the biggest it's ever been. So of course, 10% is a greater piece of the pie. I don't think that that's like indicative of a company that has its greatest layoff ever. It also saw its hiring increase from 21 to 22 by almost 30%. So no one wants to cover that, though. No one wants to say, hey, Tesla was up, at a relatively elevated headcount at that point. So a layoff, well, it could be actually a good thing for like costs. No one wants to read it like that. It's like everyone wants to read into the pessimism of Tesla.
Hey, well, we're at 176. Market seems like it's okay with it. Someone's reading into it as not directly negative, to your point, but it definitely tells us that the business is pretty swingy in terms of like their head count. They build up when times are good and they slash when times are bad. So I also think that that's not a terrible thing necessarily when you're in kind of a volatile market. Should maybe be part of the plan is adjust quickly to the environment. That way you don't get bogged down.
Okay, right. Especially like their head of product launches resigned, and he posted it on LinkedIn. And so Rich Otto is his name. And he did say that while he seemed to be leaving on decent terms. I guess what does that really mean? Because it's a LinkedIn post. But he said, why leave? It's a company I love and that has given me so much, but it's also taken a pound of flesh. He's been with Tesla, though, for 7 years, since 2017. He does join this pretty significant list of now these senior executives who have also left in recent weeks, like their senior director of their charging infrastructure, the director of their new product introduction, senior VP of their powertrain and energy engineering. All these positions, though, I have to say, none of them are C-suite employees. And we're talking like senior VPs, which I think there's always a degree of healthy turnover. I mean, I think you need new blood in there. 7 years at a company is not like he was there for 7 months.
A vehicle product launch chief named Otto.
I know.
Like an ice cream man named Cone. All right, but at OTTO. All right, so this now adds on to a list of people that have left, and some of the Elon cynics are basically saying this proves their point. Elon's impossible to work with. He's crazy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, to me, worry about the market share in China. Worry about the fact that we saw EV demand grow while Tesla's market share slipped. That is a major fundamental concern, but do not worry about the way this company is restructuring. I mean, I feel like that's focusing too much on like the details of how Elon Musk runs the company. I don't like that. I was reading all this pessimism this morning, got me fired up.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, 176 though. So give the market some credit. They're seeing through with some positive tone on it a little bit here. So not the worst.
We not sold off. We fell yesterday on the back of like the fact that we're getting this DOJ report that's probing their FSD, which I also read more into that. It's ridiculous. I mean, they just won a court case where they were basically able to win because FSD, they had made very clear, is you have to be at the wheel, basically available to drive. So I don't really understand how this court case will play off, but
yeah, they have said that like over and over again.
Over and over again. They said on every earnings call.
Yeah, true. Okay. All right. Thanks, Jenny. All right, we'll watch Tesla today after yesterday's drop, see if it can get a bounce back on some fairly extreme layoffs. Still cost cutting, though. Maybe will be well received.